February 6th, 2026. I'm going to pick up Eric right now. I should be to his place in about 2 hours. We're gonna try to make it to Salina, Kansas tonight, maybe New Mexico, somewhere in New Mexico tomorrow. We're on our way to Aravaca, Arizona to go on a javelina hunt. It's the HAM season, which is handgun archery muzzleloader. It's something that my brother and I kind of just showed interest in, and we decided we're gonna go for it. So we applied, got our tags. He's using a muzzleloader, I'm using my bow. We'll just see where it goes from there. Wanted to add, we have no clue what we're doing. We're just kind of completely winging it. We got some tips from, I've got some mutual friends and buddies that live down there in Arizona. Kind of gave us some tips and some pins on Onyx, so hopefully that helps us out. Yeah, we're from Iowa, so it's about a 23.5-hour drive, so keep you updated. Okay, first stop, just picked up Eric. Now we're off to Kansas. We spent the night in Wichita, Kansas. Drove about 6 hours last night. Today we're gonna try to get to, where is it?
Las Cruces.
Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's like 11 and a half hours from here. But just fueling up and we're about to hit the road again. We made it to Logan, New Mexico. We're fueling up, gonna maybe get a bite to eat. It's February 7th. It's about 77 degrees here, which is kind of a big change from last week in Iowa. It was like negative 20. So we're gonna keep getting on the road, see where we end up. So update, we decided to stop in Alamogordo, New Mexico, instead of going to, what was it?
We're gonna go to Las Cruces, but we stopped because we want to go to the White Sands National Park.
And if we would have timed it right, we would have been able to go tonight, but it was too dark by the time we got here, and we didn't want to backtrack tomorrow morning. And we're like, how far are we from White Sands right now? Like
20-30 minutes.
Yeah. So that's the update for the night. We're gonna find a place to eat. February 8th, 2026. Made it to White Sands, New Mexico. Kind of crazy out here, how white everything is. It looks like snow. There's Eric down there. We're gonna start heading to Tombstone pretty soon here, but I want to check this out while we're up here. We kept driving and it ended up getting a lot sandier. Kind of crazy, desolate. If you didn't know any better, you'd think it looks like snow, and it looks like they push it with plows and stuff. And I guess while we're here, it is 29 degrees here, so it feels like winter. It's crazy how white it is. People sled down these. You can rent sleds here and stuff. All right, we just made it to Tombstone, Arizona. We're gonna look around, see some of the stuff, maybe go to Boot Hill. We're gonna spend the night here tonight, and then first thing in the morning, head over our Vaca area and try to beat the sunrise for Javelina. But we'll take some videos and pictures here. And so far, it's really cool. A lot of people riding around on horses dressed up as cowboys. So we decided, instead of staying in Tombstone, we're just gonna get a jump start so we don't have to drive as far tomorrow morning before sunrise, and we're gonna probably head down to Nogales. Eric got a pretty cool hat.
Yep.
I got mustache wax. All right, it's February 9th, first day javelina hunting. We're just kind of on our way to the first spot right now. Sunrise is in 45 minutes. First light's about to be pretty soon here. But we're driving one of these roads, and then we're gonna try to get to a peak and then start glassing. Any input?
No, not really.
Show us what you're using.
Using a 54 caliber. I got a .530 ball. This little pouch I made, kind of fashioned out of some leather.
We're gonna head over that way quite a ways, and then there's a higher ridge that kind of goes, and we're gonna glass the sun facing ridges for this morning. Hopefully we see something. So we finally got to our Airbnb. It's in Rio Rico after our first day of hunting. It's kind of cool. It's got a hot tub, smoker, bags, and it's just a little camper. It's a bed. There's Eric, bathroom, everything. Stopped at this spot here, do some looking. Oh my God. There's the Mexican border. I think something just blew up. So, Eric got himself a big boar. And chompers. Put him right down with the muzzle loader. How do you feel, Eric?
Pretty good. Awesome, right on the border. Wasn't too far of a shot, but it was pretty cool. In the video, you can kind of hear it echo a little bit. I might have hit the wall, but.
Yep. It's getting kind of dark here. We're gonna try to clean this thing up and then head into town. But success.
Yeah.
We haven't made an update in quite a while or went over anything, but the first day we got in, and 12 minutes into our first hunt, we walked up the first hill, saw some mule deer up on the ridge, and looked to my left, and what I thought was a coyote I glassed it real quick, and I was like, whoa, almost fell. I was like, holy shit, like, it was a javelina. So they're kind of just chasing each other around, running down into this little valley that's right in front of us. So we got downwind of them and kind of tried to put in a stock. I got like 30 to 40 yards. I got within 30 on one, 40 on the other. Couldn't get a clear shot. And then one was stopped and sitting at 60. And looking back, probably should have done it different. I kind of tried to get off a little closer and kind of spooked out of there. And the rest of them kind of also did spook out. And probably should have had Eric just take that shot because he's got the range and he can break through sticks and stuff with his. I could have taken the shot, but just wanted to play it safe. And also at that time, we saw another group of javelina just up to the left. So we were kind of thinking, you know, first 12 minutes in, they're going to be all over the place. This is going to be easy. But fast forward the rest of that day, we went around kind of walking and glassing a ton. And then yesterday, glassed even more, kind of same spot. Decided to switch it up and go down to the border. Our unit borders Mexico. So we were right along the wall. That was really cool. And then we glassed there long time. And then I'll kind of let Eric take over a little bit.
Yeah, so we were kind of, I can take this. Yeah, so we were kind of down by that border spot, like he was saying. And we had been driving a while on the border wall and these kind of roller coaster roads that would just go up and down pretty continuously. Our original plan was to kind of scout the area and then try to drive east towards Nogales. We kind of had some run-ins with some border patrol and stuff, and then got stopped at a Department of War military checkpoint. So that was kind of unfortunate. We had to turn all the way around and then drive, gosh, I don't know, another 10, 15 miles back. We were running really low on gas and it was kind of getting pretty sketchy. But as we were kind of driving on back, we kind of noticed as we made it over, crested one of the ridges, as we were driving, Matthew noticed a javelina that was kind of running along for a little bit there. It was trying to go to the fence, like it was trying to go towards Mexico. We kind of saw it off the road. We were able to make a stop, and I still had my muzzle loader loaded, so I just threw a cap on it real quick, and then he was kind of running, and gosh, I don't know, I didn't really range the shot. It wasn't far. It's like maybe 30-40 yards, not even, but hit it with round ball lead 54 caliber and dropped it pretty quick. But so that was pretty good, and we ended up processing it and everything, but kind of went into the dark. But it was a pretty nice boar, so I was pretty happy with that. Got some nice photos and everything right by the wall. But yeah, we ended up getting home later in the night, so it was kind of dark, and yeah, I ended up getting gas and made it back to the Airbnb, and then kind of went from there. And now we're kind of checking out this spot, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that's been the gist of it. Mostly just getting lucky and glassing a ton and walking a ton uphill both ways almost all the time, seems like. But can't beat the country. And yeah, we've been having a ball. It's just been a lot tougher than we thought, but that's fine. That's part of it. But we're on the third day right now. It's about noon. Got 2 more full days after this. We're gonna go try another spot, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So this is pretty much what we've been doing the whole time. Just glassing. Eric might be dead over there, I don't know. Also wanted to do a little recap about yesterday when Eric said that we got turned around at the U.S. military checkpoint. So I guess when we turned around, so they put in a call to the Border Patrol to look out for us, and then when we were cleaning Eric's javelina, they stopped by, and they were just worried about us. They thought that we were really far along the border, and they were worried that we wouldn't get back or something. But and then after that, like Eric said about the gas, we had been looking for a gas station because we were kind of planning to go straight to Nogales there. But then when we got turned around, we were kind of screwed. So then we knew we were running low on gas, and we went to Sasabe, which is like a small town right on the border. And there's a gas station there, but they had to be open for you to use it, real old pumps. So the closest place we had was almost on the outskirts of Tucson. I think we had 50 miles till E, and it was 45 miles to the gas station. And we ended up making it, but it was pretty sketchy. It was dark being on the border, almost out of gas, but it was fun. Finally made it to the Longhorn Grill. Been talking about it for 3 days. Ah! First margarita celebrating his javelina harvest. This is the Longhorn. So it's the end of day 4. We started off the morning by glassing some hills that we saw him at before, and then we hit about 9:30, and it was kind of getting hot, so we decided to kind of walk around, walk ridges, kind of look down in draws. And we were ducking under a tree, and Eric saw some poop. Yeah. And he's like, "Was this javelina?" Well, he knew it was. So we didn't think it was like too fresh, so I started poking it with a stick, and I was like, "That's pretty fresh." And then I looked down in that draw, and I can just see the outline. Well, at first I thought it was a rock, and then there was another outline right next to it, and it was javelina. So we were kind of like freaking out, like, okay, let's make a move. So we kept Eric up on the hill, and we were gonna have him communicate with me, but didn't have any reception, so that was kind of a bummer. So I snuck down, got pretty close to him, and I don't know if they saw me or what, but they kind of spooked, started running. So I started blowing the javelina call, and it's kind of scary actually, because they just turned on a dime. Eric was watching it all from above, and they just start booking it to me. And the only problem is they're going on the wrong draw. They're going, or like, it's kind of like a creek bed. They're going on the other one right next to me. So sitting there kind of waiting to see what happens, because now they're just kind of putzing around, and then one kind of gets behind me and I didn't see it at first. I kind of turned around, tried to get my rangefinder, and then I think he caught wind of me because he got downwind of me. But right when I ranged him, when he took off running, he was, I think, 30. But so no javelina. We kind of followed the tracks for a while, waited it out, and no luck. So we're gonna go sit in the hot tub, have some beers, and then we'll hit it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping count, and I think this is gate number 42 of the whole trip that Eric has opened. Getting my work out of me. So Eric and I made it home. We woke up to go hunting our last day, but it was raining pretty hard. And the place that we were actually hunting had quite a few washes that we had to drive through, so we didn't want to risk getting the truck stuck on the last day. So we pretty much just packed up our stuff and drove the whole way, no stops. We just made the drive, and we had a lot of fun overall. I think Eric had a great time. We learned a lot. There's not much I would change if I were to do it again. I feel like we left no stone unturned. We did a ton of glassing, ton of moving around, ton of climbing. I don't know. It was a ball. It was some beautiful country out there. And yeah, it's a trip that I wouldn't trade for the world. Eric's already got his skull skinned and everything. He's gonna get it boiled and should be awesome. But that being said, ham season javelina was a little tougher than we thought, but that's part of it. Get to see new place, meet new people. I'd do it again. I probably will do it again. But for now, that's it.